Hello folks, welcome back to the Parish Noticeboard. Today is Sunday, January the 29th, even though it doesn't look very much like daytime at the moment. This is the first time I've ever done a Parish Noticeboard at night. It's about 10 minutes past 9 in the evening, and let's see if you can guess where we are. Nikki is with me. Hello Nikki. Look at that, Nikki has got some items which have come from somewhere in this town. What have we got there? We have got
light up minions and things and stress balls,
yeah,
and little dollies and a cushion that, oh, do you know what, I've been in heaven. Absolute heaven. I love me a good amusement arcade.
And I've got a box of licorice all sorts as well.
Well, that puts you in heaven.
Yes, it does. So you can tell we've been to some amusement arcades. I'll just give you a little look around this place. There's a fish and chip restaurant there. There's a station over there, a railway station right on the sea, which is over here. You won't be able to see this because it's dark, but I will take you to this railing so you can see the sea. There's a pier over there. That's the lights you can see in the distance. Where do you think this is? Answers, if you know, in the comments down there. Okay, so that brings us to last week's answer. A few people got this, and it was obviously very different to this. Last week we were up in the hills above Bradford. We were in Bronte country. We were just at the point where you go down towards the Bronte waterfall or the Bronte Falls. So well done if you got that. Nikki didn't venture down to it.
I didn't get that far. I mean,
No.
I'd already gone for a bit and halfway down the hill, and I weren't going down the ice.
It was covered in snow and ice. But the thing is, if you do attempt to go down to the Bronte Falls, you have to be careful anyway, because once you get sort of down the hill from where we were, the path sort of disappears and you're sort of walking over rocks. It doesn't have sort of like a defined shape, the path, so you don't really know where to go. You have to sort of do a bit of rock climbing.
But you know what, even though we were sort of basically out in the hills and it was, you know, snow and ice on the ground, it was not cold.
No, it wasn't cold. It wasn't cold. So the Bronte Falls are worth seeing. I mean, Bronte country itself is worth seeing. You'll see from the HAWORTH episode.
And the Mrs. TVI episode.
Yes, and the Mrs. TVI episode. It's worth seeing, but you just have to be prepared to do a lot of walking up and down hills and across some rocks occasionally. Right, let's move on. Right, the first thing, very important thing this week, is to do with the Botsford / North Links meetup, which never happened last week, and I need to explain why. I put a video out, a very short video out at 6:30 in the morning on Tuesday to tell you that I was going somewhere else. I went to West Lindsey and did 5 others. The reason for this is quite complicated, but I'm pleased.
Basically, it's a family reason that's sorted itself out, hasn't it? Now?
It's sorted itself out, but I still want to kind of explain it a little bit if I can. Basically, what happened was, I don't know whether any of you guys know, but I do have 2 kids of my own. Not Hannah, Victoria and Lauren. I do have
Those
2.
Are mine.
Yes.
Mine.
And we had a problem with one of them earlier this week.
And we were asked to assist.
We were asked basically to take her in for a bit, to have her in the house for like 10 days.
But it's now not gone ahead.
It's now not happened, but I mean, if it had have happened, then I wouldn't have had time next week to do those in West Lindsey. So I had to bring them forward, and obviously Botsford fell by the by.
It's just one of those things. I think what we have to do is just to keep people appraised that, you know, very occasionally things may have to change at very short notice, and it's not something that we can help. It's not even something that the children can help.
No,
it's just something that happens, and events that combine to create a situation that we need to be there as parents. And I'm sure any of you guys who are parents will know and understand and appreciate that the children come first. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the one bonus to it, to bringing those 5 in West Lindsey forward, is that one of the episodes I got extremely lucky, and you'll see why I got extremely lucky when that episode comes out. I couldn't have planned it better, even though I didn't actually plan it, which is fantastic. As for Botsford, a few people asked about when that's happening and when I'm going to do the North Links meetup. The answer is this coming Tuesday is when I'll be doing it. So
issues obviously permitting.
Well, yeah.
You know, the best laid plans, we've got it slated for Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you know, if anything should happen, of course we'll let people know. But I can't see it happening again. Lightning, do you know, flipping big exhaust. I must be compensating for something.
Family channel.
I don't know what you're thinking of. Yeah, I mean, I can't see lightning striking twice, but of course you never know. But you know, the aim is that you'll be out in Botsford this week. Yeah,
and it'll be the same score as before. I'll do Botsford first, and then obviously I'll go up into Scunthorpe, and I'll meet you in the town centre. Again, in the pedestrianised bit somewhere. You can't miss me. I'm wearing a bright yellow high-vis, so come and find me at some point, and we'll have a meet-up. I know there's one person who definitely wants to come, so if there's any more, then feel free to join in.
More music.
We're bopping along. We're having a right boogie here tonight.
Honest to God, you know, just come to where we are because it's like it's disco on a Friday night.
Because it is a Friday night.
Yeah, because it's Friday.
It feels weird filming it at night. I think the last time I did this was in Felixstowe.
And that was just at dusk, really, not night.
I mean, obviously I know I did it in Haxey, but I still don't class 6 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock at night as being nighttime. This is well beyond
yeah, this is like
the realms of daytime.
Almost bedtime, isn't it?
Well, yeah, nearly, yeah, it will be in a few minutes. Anyway, we digress.
Yeah, boogies aside.
Yes, boogies aside. The next thing is to do with the disclaimer. I will be changing it soon. Not greatly, I just need to add a few bits here and there. One thing that's been picked up again quite recently by people is that I haven't been to this place or that street or that thing.
That path.
Yes, or whatever.
Or seen XYZ.
I think I need to reword the disclaimer so that it basically says, look, you know, I haven't got time to visit every single corner of every single place, because if I did, I'd be dead, basically. I already walk around a lot, you know, and sometimes, you know, even when you plan stuff, you can't physically plan to walk to everywhere anyway, because it's just not possible.
Yeah, I think when you plan your route, you kind of do a loop where possible that takes in the best of that particular village. But for some people, for them, living in that village is potentially not enough because they know of the corners that you don't.
They do, yeah. But obviously I'm not thinking about doing this for the locals. It's for everybody. I mean, the idea is to introduce people to the place. So, you know,
if they can
find the rest of it themselves. So I will be updating the disclaimer, but not yet. It will probably come at some point in March, possibly even the beginning of April. It won't happen yet because I've got videos which are already slated for that time, and it just wouldn't make sense to have the old disclaimer still in the videos with the new one. So it'll come soon, but not yet. So I'm just making you aware of it. And that leaves us with the coming week. You know where I'm going on Tuesday, because I've already said Botsford will be happening this Tuesday. What's the matter?
Not sure if it's by a racer or a train.
Could be both, in fact.
Well, both are equally possible.
Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, as I was saying, Botsford, yes, that will happen on Tuesday. And on Friday, I'll be heading to both York and the East Riding, because there's an area where I can catch both districts right on the border. I'll be going to Holtby and Merton on the York side, and Stamford Bridge and Catton on the East Riding side. And that is that for this week's notice board. We better go and find this hotel.
Yeah, and you've got Licorice Allsort Street.
Maybe not tonight. Blimey, I don't think it's a good idea to eat licorice Allsorts just before bed.
I think the first thing we do need to definitely do is wash our hands, because
the
coins make your hands grubby.
Yeah, I don't know whether you've ever been in an arcade and used the 2p slots before. I'm sure plenty of you have, but I don't know whether it affects everybody, but it certainly affects us. Our hands are just so grubby at the moment, and of course we have nowhere to wash them publicly.
Could dunk them in the sea.
Could dunk them in the sea, actually.
I can hear it, it's lovely. This is my happy place. You know, a trip to the seaside, fish and chips, a quick going to 2p arcades and listening to the sea.
Yeah, I reckon.
Well, quick.
We won quite a lot. I'm not even joking. I mean, look at this. We got 2 of these. These are obviously knockoff minions. They're not actual minions. You can tell by the shape and sort of, I don't know how they look.
And stress balls.
Stress balls.
And pushing and anything. Anyway, shout out to, can I name the place?
Yeah, you can name the place.
Shout out to the guys in the Empire tonight. It was great to meet you. And, you know, it was just like Laurel and Hardy.
It felt like that, yeah.
Laurel and Hardy. 2 Ronnies.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite. Not quite.
Morecambe and Wise.
Maybe.
Yeah, they were a double act.
They were a double act, yeah. So that's another clue. We were in the Empire. So I think you've got enough clues here to sort of last you a lifetime as to where we are.
If the guys are watching, just thanks,
yeah, if you're watching,
thanks very much.
Thanks for being patient with us, because we did test your patience, I think, tonight, didn't we?
Yeah. Ticket machines that kept going up the spout.
Yeah.
Toys that kept getting stuck.
Hey, it's all good fun. That's why you come to the seaside, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been Andy and that's been Nikki. This has been the Parish Noticeboard on January the 29th, and this is what's coming up on the channel this week. We're out.